loves, welcome back to my kitchen, and today we are making this super delicious, super fluffy plantain dinner rolls. So let's get cooking. Now we are starting with 2 small overripe plantains, and we are going to crush those plantains till we get it into a nice smooth puree. Now guys, before I go on, I want to just let you know that a lot of these recipes you can do it with bananas as well, but because I always have plantains on hand, it is very easy for me to make these recipes using the plantain because we love plantains, we always have. So I use a lot of the plantains, but you can easily substitute this recipe with overripe bananas. Now once we are done crushing those plantains till we get to that nice pureed state, we are then going to add half a tablespoon of yeast, 6 tablespoons of milk, and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. We are then going to mix it up to combine all those ingredients. Once it is well combined, we are then going to add our dry ingredients. We are adding 2 1/4 cups of flour and half a teaspoon of salt. Now we want to fold and combine the wet and dry ingredients, but you do not want to knead it. You're going to use your spatula and fold to combine those ingredients just to get the dough to come together. Once it gets to this point, this is exactly where we want to be. As you can see, it looks a little soft and it is a little sticky on the spatula, and this is exactly what we want. So we are then going to cover it up with a towel and let it rise for 1 hour. After that hour, this is how it is looking. It looks so good. As we can see, it has already risen a little bit. So now we are going into dusting our surface with about 2 tablespoons of flour, and we are going to lightly knead the dough. Now guys, you don't want to knead it too much because we don't want a hard dough. We want this dough to be nice and soft. So we fold and knead just for a little bit. Once we are done and the dough has come together, we are then going to put it into a nice little ball. As you can see, all the little plantain specks are picking out through there and it looks so gorgeous. We are then going to take our knife and cut this dough into 8 equal pieces, or as equal as you can get it. And with each of those pieces, we dust a little bit and dust on our surface, and we're going to put it into some nice dough balls. Now basically when we put it into those dough balls, it's shaping it to get to our dinner rolls. So we roll each of those dough pieces into a ball and set it aside. Once we are done rolling all those dough pieces, we then take our pan that has been greased with some butter, and we are going to put all our rolls into the pan. We just roll it a little to ensure that it sticks to its shape, and when we are placing it into the pan, we want to leave just a little space in between to ensure that it can, breathe a little, because we are then going to cover it up with a towel and let it rise for another hour. Now I know guys, this is a long process, it takes time, but trust me, it's worth it in the end. Now after that hour, this is how it's looking. It's so beautiful, it has risen. We are then taking 1 tablespoon of milk and we are going to brush that over each of those rolls. Once we are done brushing those rolls, we then place it into our oven that has been preheating at 200 degrees Celsius, and we are going to bake it for 20 to 25 minutes. Ooh, looks so good. It looks so good indeed. We then just take a tablespoon of butter that has been sitting at room temperature and we brush it over all those rolls. Guys, you do not want to skip this step. Brush that butter over those rolls and be generous with it. It is totally worth it in the end. So you brush that butter over those hot rolls and then you let it sit for about 5 to 10 minutes. After the 5 or 10 minutes, this is how it is looking, and I'm gonna just take it off from the pan, and as you can see, it just slides off. It is not stuck at all. So I'm going to place it into my plate so that I can open it up and show you all how beautiful it looks. And there you have it. You can see how soft and beautiful it is, just separating it from each other. And then I am going to break into it. Guys, I keep trying to open these things while it is hot, so I burned my fingers a few times, but it is totally worth it because I love showing you all how this looks when it is done. And as you can see, it looks nice and airy and soft and fluffy. You can still see a few of the specks of the plantain in there. It was just so delicious, so good. These dinner rolls have become one of our favorites. My son absolutely loves it and wants me to make it all the time. I have found that it pairs lovely with smoked herrings or with saltfish, and it really makes a beautiful combination. But guys, this was it for this video. Let me know in the comment section if you have ever had anything like this. Let me know if you try it, and I will see you in the next one. Okay, bye.